All right, let's dive into one of the all-time greats, a fantastic story from the legendary Chinese epic, Journey to the West. Now, this is a tale packed with gods and demons and epic battles, but what's really fascinating here is that the biggest lesson is about a totally different kind of strength, the power of a clever mind going up against pure brute force. So I want you to really think about this for a second. When you're up against some unstoppable monster, what do you do when your strongest sword or your most powerful spell is completely useless? Well, as we're about to see, the answer isn't a bigger weapon. It's a much, much smarter plan. So here's where we jump in. Our heroes are in some serious trouble. Their revered master, the monk Tang Sanzang, who's on this incredibly important quest, has been snatched by a powerful demon. And his disciples, they are frantically searching for him, absolutely desperate. Following this trail of evil energy, two of the disciples, Bajie and Wujing, spot the demon's lair. It's Wujing, who's always the more level-headed one, who senses their master is trapped inside. So they found the monster. Now comes the hard part. They actually have to face him.
But listen, this isn't just some run-of-the-mill demon. They are about to go head-to-head with the formidable Yellow Robe Monster, and they have absolutely no idea what they're walking into.
So his name, the Yellow Robe Monster, it comes right from how he looks. The guy loves to deck himself out in golden armor. And this isn't just about looking good, you know? It's a statement. It screams power, arrogance, and status. And oh boy, is he arrogant about it. The second the disciples show up to challenge him, he just hits them with this pure, unfiltered confidence. To him, they're nothing. They're just annoying pests who've wandered onto his turf. Now, Bajie and Wujing are no slouches. They're powerful warriors. But this fight, it's a total dead end. For what feels like forever, dozens of rounds, weapons are clashing, but it's a complete and utter stalemate. This just proves how incredibly strong this monster is. Plain old brute force is not going to cut it here. So while this hopeless battle is just raging on outside, the real story, the actual key to this whole mess, is unfolding inside the cave. And the solution comes from a source nobody could have predicted. And here's our master, Tang Sanzang. You have to remember, he's not a fighter, he's a monk. He's tied up, totally defeated, and he's probably thinking his sacred quest has just hit a tragic dead end. From where he's sitting, all hope is gone. But then something changes. A scent, of all things, cuts through the despair of the cave. It's this tiny little detail that shifts everything, and it introduces a brand new character and a whole new world of possibilities. A beautiful young woman appears, and she is no demon. She reveals she's actually a princess who was kidnapped years ago and forced to be the monster's wife. She's just as much a prisoner as Tang Sanzang is. And right there, in their shared captivity, a new alliance is born. And this is the turning point, you guys. The story completely pivots from a tale about fighting to a tale about cleverness. The princess and the monk know they can't fight their way out, so they're going to have to think their way out. Okay, so check out their brilliant two-part plan. First, there's the long game. The princess writes a secret letter for the master to deliver to her family. But the immediate problem, right, is just getting out of the cave alive. And for that, she's about to pull off a masterclass in psychological warfare. Now watch this. This is absolutely incredible. To his enemies, he's this arrogant, unstoppable warrior. But the moment the princess calls out to him, his entire personality just flips. He puts down his weapon, his voice gets all soft, and he's like, "My dear wife, what's the matter?" And just like that, she has found his one and only weakness, his love for her. And she plays it perfectly. She doesn't demand he stop fighting. No, that would never work. Instead, she frames letting the monks go as a way for him to help her fulfill a childhood dream. A dream that, conveniently, depends on her having a good husband. So by letting them go, he's not losing a fight. He's proving he's the man she always wished for. It's an absolutely genius move.
And you know what? The monster, completely flattered and just desperate to please his wife, falls for it. Hook, line, and sinker. The plan works even better than they could have possibly imagined. So he's been completely tricked into feeling like this generous, magnanimous guy. He turns to the disciples and basically says, "You guys are lucky I'm in a good mood. Now grab your master and get out of here." He has no idea he's been totally outsmarted, not by their weapons, but by a few cleverly chosen words.
And just like that, Bajie and Wujing rush in, free their master, and the pilgrims escape. They immediately make their way to the Baoxiang Kingdom, carrying that all-important secret letter from the princess, which sets up the whole next part of their adventure. Their freedom was won, not by force, but by the incredible cunning of a captive princess. Which brings us all the way back to where we started. The answer this story gives is a resounding yes. When faced with strength you just can't beat, it was things like empathy, psychology, and sheer cleverness that did what swords and fists never could. It's just a timeless reminder that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't one you can hold in your hand.